It is November reading wrap-up time, and I have 16 books to go over. So as always, this is going to be a two-parter in which I break down the nonfiction books that I read for the month and the 7 nonfiction books that I read. I'm going to do a little bit less of a ramble and more of just straight rating and ranking because that is a lot of books to go through. And this is the second time that I'm doing this because my math was not correct the first time. I totally forgot about a book halfway through. So let's start off with my least favorite read of the month. This is going to be number 9 on my list. It is actually an anthology from a community college. Even though this is the lowest ranking on there at 2 stars, it's probably more of a me thing and less of a them thing. We have to keep in mind that these were people starting their writing journey. There was one story that certainly stood out to me. It was one that centered around a man's experience in a memory care facility, so I'm really glad that I gave this a chance. Number 8 on my list is going to be the start of my 3-star picks. This is also the series that I was trying to finish up for the month. We have The Witcher, Season of Storms. Number 7 on my list is a graphic novel souvenir that I picked up at the Murder by Death Farewell tour. It is some of their more popular lyrics set to beautiful and at times disturbing artwork. Number 6 is going to be one of the 10 before the end books that I was trying to knock out, so mission accomplished. And obviously November was very heavy on the fantasy side as we have Lady Macbeth, with my number 5 pick being another one in the Witcher series, the most recently published novel. Crossroad of Ravens is Young Witcher. Jumping genres, we now have a gross out, disturbing but hilarious read from the filmmaker John Waters, Liar Mouth. And my number 3 pick of the month is going to go to this speculative fiction horror novel that was memorable for its own disturbing reasons, Ring Shout, and then bringing it back to fantasy with my number 2 pick of the month. I'm really into the Witcher series, so I'm actually going to give this one 4 stars. This is going to be wrapping up the Witcher storyline that was originally started in the short stories and the first couple novels. It had everything that I love, and yet it still broke my heart. But speaking of broken hearts, we have my number 1 pick of the month. This is a collection of short stories from the author Sherman Alexie. Even though I don't have a video on this yet, you can definitely expect one coming because this collection made me cry 3 different times. Also, we kind of have to talk about the author if we're going to talk about what was going on in here. Did I mention that this was a 5-star read for me? Hopefully November was filled with amazing reads for y'all, or at least some of your reading goals knocked out before the end of the year. If there's anything that you felt super accomplished about, make sure you share it in the comments below and stick around for video number 2.